now that we fucking own the god of time itself, which we call pain because it was a pain in the ass to catch, we're going to first and foremost walk together with Dialga, because that's... You're a really tiny god, you know that? Anyway, we're gonna go to Seneschal City to finally get our final gym badge and be on our merry way to becoming a true Pokemon Master or something along those lines. I don't fucking know. Let me move my OBS over to this screen where I can a little bit more easily see it. And Dialga just does not really like walking. He doesn't have a walking animation. He doesn't have a walking animation. He just does that. And then he just fucking teleports. Okay, now wait a second. Dialga's the fucking worst. Ralph, you actually have a walking animation. You can walk with me. Thank you. You're also bigger than Dialga for whatever fucking reason. Okay. Again, I appreciate that this feature exists in this game, but holy fuck did they do it badly. I understand that this is a lot more difficult in 3D than it was in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, just being sprites. But holy shit, they really did this really badly. Embarrassingly so, really. Yeah, so now that we don't really need to have a Pokemon team with Rock Smash, skipping this one trainer, it's a lot easier. Skipping this entire route, as a matter of fact, is actually pretty goddamn easy. We do have to fight this one trainer, which it's not going to be a problem because we're still leading with Dialga, obviously. So we'll be fine there. And then we'll annihilate the 8th gym and make our way towards Victory Road, through Victory Road, and then I'll probably... Maybe I'll do the entire rest of the game in today's recording session. Maybe I'll do a little bit of grinding. I'm not entirely sure. This Feebas is gonna feel some pain. I'm very sorry about this, but not really, because that's really satisfying after spending 45 minutes on capturing this fucking thing. And we got 2 levels up immediately. So this is going to more or less be our final team. Dark Pulse. I think I will, because I don't need to capture Dialga anymore, so we don't need Hypnosis, and Dark Pulse is a pretty good special move. If we get Shadow Ball, we'll take that instead, but Dark Pulse is the next best thing. It's offensively very similar in its effectiveness anyway, in how I would use it anyway. Okay, so Cynthia also has a Gastrodon. That's the most dangerous thing she has on her team for us, because the rest of everything we can just yeet with something on our team. Gastrodon is probably just going to get a Roar of Time in the face, and that will do. But we're going to need probably a couple of, like, Athers or something like that, right? In that fight. Because, or in the Elite Four altogether. Because I have a few moves that only have like 10 PP or 15 PP. Going through the entire Elite Four means that we're going to be running out of those moves towards the end there. And that's where we need them the most. So after the 4th final Elite Four, I pretty much need to ensure that I have an entirely fresh team. And that's easier said than done, because I don't know if we can buy Athers. We probably can, but the thing is, can we afford them? Because I have a lot of Hyper Potion, but I'm also going to need full restores, like a lot of them. And then some Max Potions potentially as well. So we need quite a bit of money going forward. So why am I skipping these trainers? That's a very good question indeed. I don't know. Probably because I have a bit of a cold. You can probably hear from my voice. I don't know if you can. And there we have... what's his face again? Flint, that's it. You can probably hear from my voice a little bit that my nose is just stuffed like real bad. So talking is actually a bit difficult. So I don't think we're going to do all 3 episodes here back to back. I'm assuming there's only 3 episodes left in the series. I also have like a thing in my ear that hurts, which probably has to do with the fact that my nose is entirely stuffed to ridiculous degrees, really. So that was the entirety up to Seneschal City. Now I think we have to go to the lighthouse and then just go into the gym, at which point we will be ready to annihilate this gym, because we do actually have Earthquake. as a TM? I don't think we do. We have Stealth Rock, Rock Tomb. There's no ground type attacks, I am aware. Yeah, so I can really do with an Earthquake, to be honest, on Quagsire. But I suppose we'll have to learn to deal with that. I do like how the bridges are see-through in this version of the game. It makes them feel, it makes the entire city feel a little less disconnected, because it really did feel like two different layers before, and now it feels a little bit more connected. So here we have, what's your name again? I don't remember. Zap Zap Guy is what we're going to call him. You know what? While we're up here, we may as well. Pokemon League. It's a very nice view, isn't it? Okay, I've seen it. I don't need to see more. Let's go beat Zap Zap Guy, which again, I forgot his name, which is kind of embarrassing, honestly. I'm recording this on Christmas Day. Is that because I don't have anything better to do? Yeah, it is. It's actually kind of sad, really. That being said, I did have plans for a New Year's party, but now the entire country is going into lockdown again, so that's probably not happening either. I mean, first and foremost, I don't entirely feel comfortable doing that. Do I have to fight you? No, I don't. Jasmine is down there, though, which I thought it was a platinum only thing. Do you give me something? Hold on, does Jasmine give me something? Does Jasmine give me Earthquake? Probably not, but it would be fucking fantastic if she did. Usually you do give me something. Oh, you give me Waterfall. That's what you do. Because you need Waterfall to get to, wait. Maybe you don't? Maybe you give me Waterfall after I take the gym down. Also, if you want to do a lot with capsules and those particles, the building right below the gym here is the place to be. It's actually the only place that you could do that in the original game. I don't think you could do it on the go. But now you can. So, this gym puzzle always throws me. So let's see if I can actually manage to do it first time this time around. Probably not. Just gonna be honest with you. Probably just not happening. But we're gonna give it a good old try. And we're going to see if this first fight's not going to be a problem. School kids, I didn't read your name, but you're going to send out a Pachirichu. I present to you the literal god of time in the universe. You still think you have a chance? I don't think you do. It's really kind of sad. Should I be using the Elgar? Okay, and that was a critical hit. The Elgar. You are a dragon god of time. This is a squirrel. You pathetic son of a bitch. Let's just use Slash instead. That was another crit. I got 2 crits in a row. Slash has a high crit chance, admittedly. Which it never got a crit against me in the fight against the Elgar, so that's good. To be fair, like 90% of the times he used Slash, it was against Gangyao for God knows what reason. So, there is that. Okay. This isn't, like, this is a little more difficult. The actual difficult part of this is going to be the next room. That's the one where I always get confused. So maybe if I just don't think about it, I'll be fine. You know what? Mr. Mime being a fairy type now, this is actually not a bad matchup for me. You might think, oh, but you're a dragon type. Yeah, but Flash Cannon is a thing. So bye-bye, Mr. Mime. You're creepy. And now also dead. God, this is easy. I love it. I'm starting to think that, let's actually check in. Like 2 weeks ago, 2.5 weeks ago, I coached my friend to make a team that could get through Cynthia. At this point, I'm curious if they've beaten Cynthia yet, or if I'm actually going to beat them to it. Let's open my phone here and text this friend of mine just to see. This will be a bit of fun. Let's see. Meanwhile, oh, you have a Luxie. How cute. I'm texting this during Christmas just to be sure that while I may have no life, they probably can't hop on and finish the game just before me now. I'm petty like that. Because I'm definitely finishing this game. If not today, I'm finishing tomorrow, right? Because I should have another week or so of not a lot of work. So I have about a week's worth of videos after today's recording session ready, at least for Pokemon. And then some more Mario needs to be recorded tomorrow as well. And then I'll be a week ahead of schedule with my videos, which is really fucking nice to have. So I hope that in the week after that I can get 2 weeks ahead in total. So I have a bit of a buffer. And then I can also focus a little bit more on my game dev, which again, there is a game dev channel. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, link down below in the description. Weekly devlog videos, keeping you up to date with my development on my 3D platformer. And also occasional development live streams where you can see me like modeling or programming or whatever live while we just have a chat. It's a lot of fun. I haven't done a lot of those live streams yet, but I do plan to do more and more of them as time goes on. So again, we're just going to slash pretty much everything in this gym. I'm probably not going to use the Dialga too much for the actual gym leader. That being said, I might just Roar of Time my way through it. That would be kind of funny. So, you have 3 female Pikachus? Is that what we're going for here? I think that's what we're going for here. Pikachu is one of the few Pokemon where I can immediately spot the male versus female difference. Most Pokemon have one. Torchic, it's literally 1 pixel difference, right, in Gen 3. I don't know if it still has a difference in Gen 6 and onwards. Or if it's still 1 pixel in the texture that's different. but did I say Porygon? I meant Torchic. I feel like I said Porygon, which doesn't make any sense because Porygon doesn't have a gender. That was pathetic. Okay, now we're going into the final room. I have a paralysis heal, which I'm going to use rather than going back to the Pokemon Center because I don't want to do that entire room again. Dragon Claw. Let's see. That's 80 and physical. Oh, but your special attack is a lot better. So Roar of Time is... Let's think about this logically, right? Roar of Time is 90 accuracy, admittedly, but it's 150 power over 2 turns. So technically you would say that 80 times 2 is better. But then when you take the physical and special nature of the moves into effect, Roar of Time over 2 turns is going to do roughly the same amount of damage as Dragon Claw does in 1 turn. Or also in 2 turns, I mean. The upside is that Roar of Time destroys any Pokemon instantly, more or less. And then has an opportunity for you to switch out. The upside of Dragon Claw is that you can just use it once and then pivot to another move if you want to. Or heal afterwards if you want to. I'm gonna keep Roar of Time. In most cases, Dragon Claw will be better there. In the case of we only have like literally 5 difficult battles, well 6 difficult battles ahead of us, and being able to just absolutely destroy one Pokemon instantly, I'm gonna go with Roar of Time. Because that's way better utility than having a more versatile move. The fact that we have Roar of Time on that one Pokemon is the versatility in the team as a whole. It's maybe a little bit less versatility in the Pokemon itself, but looking at the team as a whole, which I think we should be doing, in the specific fights that we're about to face in these next couple of episodes, I think this is probably the best thing we could have done. Ever, really. Like, there's literally not a better thing we could have done. I find myself playing with a cable here, which I don't know what it leads to. So that is a very, very interesting, because it's a flat cable. I don't have a lot of flat cables. Where does this lead? Oh, it's literally just a micro USB cable. Anyway, I got distracted there for a second. I did not, in fact, use the paralysis heal, which means that we got to reflect now against us, which is kind of annoying. But then again, we have some special moves as well. Flash Cannon is special, I'm pretty sure. I was going to say, how do you outspeed me? I literally just sat paralysis and then fully paralyzed. Fuck me. You know what? You know what? Actually, no, that's a horrible idea. We can go into Sparky, I guess, with Bite. Sparky really needs to get crunch. I think it gets crunch at like mid-50s, so we shouldn't be too far away from that at the moment. Can you please fuck off with your fireworks? Thank you very much. So the Deborah is dead. Now we can switch out into something else, if you even have a second Pokemon. Which you probably do, because otherwise Reflect is not that useful. Don't get me wrong, it is still... Okay, Raichu. So... Again, not really that good. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay in, I think. Yeah, I think that's the best thing to do. Just stay in, use another Flash Cannon. Never mind, that was a joke. Use Ancient Power, is what I meant to say. Look, Dialga has a bit of a trauma associated with electric type moves, because I absolutely annihilated it a couple of times with Thunderbolt, and then paralyzed it with Thunderbolt, and then kidnapped it. So if you could not Thunder Punch or use any electric moves at all against my Dialga, that would be fucking fantastic. Now we can use Slash again. I just specifically asked you not to do that. That's very rude of you. Don't do that again, please. Also, if you could just not attack Dialga in general, that would be fantastic. Or any of my other Pokemon, for that matter. Everything is getting over 1,000 experience per Pokemon at this point. It's kind of ridiculous. Oh, wait a second. Oh, the buttons actually have their turning direction and, like, turning radius on them in icons right now. They didn't in the original, I'm pretty sure. Or if they did, that was not clear to me at all, because I've never noticed that. I think that is a definite new addition. We're also going to use a Hyper Potion on you, because that Raichu kind of did a number on my Dialga. Okay, so I think I've done the worst part of this gym now. Maybe. I don't know. I always remember having trouble with this, but I think I always have trouble with the with the red buttons, and I think I've gone through the red buttons, so I think it's actually not that big a deal after all. So maybe I've just always been a stupid kid, even though I've replayed this game like a million times. Even as like a 20-year-old, I'm a stupid kid. Even as a 24-year-old, I'm a stupid kid. Apparently it took you... Could you please fuck off with your paralysis? It's really fucking annoying. I mean, you can Volt Switch, I don't mind that. Because it deals fuck all damage, and whatever you're gonna go into, Slash is going to hit like a truck anyway. Why do you have a barrel in an electric type gym? You know what? Just for that stupidity, you're gonna get roared out of existence. The moment the game decides to actually load it. Okay, Waterfall. Sure. I resist that twice. Fuck me. I get it. Now you're gonna get double roared out of existence. You have Bulldoze. Okay. I would also not mind having Bulldoze, honestly. I prefer Earthquake or Magnitude. Bulldoze works. I just need a proper ground type move to have on my Quagsire, because Quagsire is really fucking bad at the moment. I'm definitely going to replace Muddy Water with Surf soon. Going back into Luxia, sure, why not? Is it Luxia or is it Lucio? I think I started this Let's Play with this exact... Well, in the first 2 episodes or so. With this exact conversation. Or maybe I just have a conversation like this like 3 times a Let's Play to begin with. That's actually the case, I think. We can just slash you. They also changed it so that you can't switch out on a knockout with a recharge move. Which makes sense. I have to be honest, that does make sense. Anyway, the whole like pronunciation of the X in a name, I talk about that a lot. I say Luxio. I don't know how like the Pokemon anime says. Not that the anime is definitely like a definitive guide as how to say Pokemon names, because they specifically with Rayquaza, whatever you want to call it, they go back and forth like often, right? So yeah, that's not really going to get me anywhere. And then yeah, so see, the thing is, this definitely looks like you can't walk through it, but you can, and it's kind of bullshit. So yeah, then we go down here, because now this one is turned a quarter away. Then we get the red button to turn it halfway again. Then we go back up and we have something that we can walk to the gym leader with. You have a Steelix. Congratulations. You gave me a reason to switch out of Dialga. Or did you? I mean, you did. You definitely did. That's not what I wanted to do. For a moment there I thought, oh, you know what? Muddy water, kind of fun. We can use it against Steelix. No, it's a Steel type. That's like, it's in its name, okay? Steelix. It's not Rock X, it's not Ground X, it's Steel X. We can still use it super effectively, don't get me wrong, but wait a second. Steel doesn't resist water? Fucking sturdy. It's not even sturdy. It's literally just me not being strong, okay? Also, when did Quagsire become so fucking huge compared to Steelix? Like, look at this. Isn't Steelix supposed to be like a huge-ass snake monster? I suppose it does make a certain amount of sense, but I feel like the Quagsire should be not that large. Or the Steelix should be a lot larger. That's the one thing that I'll be very excited for going into Legends Arceus. It feels like the scale of the Pokemon makes a lot more sense. Like, they're a lot more accurate because the Pokemon just exist in the world, right? So I feel like if we see a Steelix in that game, it would actually be like 5 times your height. Maybe not. But it feels like they'll do that. And that's what I'm mostly excited for. So yeah, let's just go into Sparky and spark the Medicham, because I don't really have a good way to deal with Medicham, because I think it's only like weak to flying, and Ghost only ever had Shadow Ball. But other than that, I think Medicham's typing is pretty good. Of course you take that. Why would you ever use Thunder Punch against an electric type? Why? Make it make sense. Like, why? Honestly, explain to me. Because that is just stupid. Honestly, straight up just is very stupid. Anyhow, we're going to keep not ignoring you, apparently, never mind. And we're going to go up to that red button over there. And you only have one Pokemon, she'll probably be fine. It's a Raichu, but you know what? I have zero patience for your bullshit, so I'm just going to roar the hell out of your time. And we're going to move on, because I've only got 5 minutes left in this episode. And I would very much like to actually get through the gym leader here. Of course, your quick attack, 5 HP. That's 4 HP more than I would have actually expected, to be honest. It's a level 44 Raichu, I guess. It's not that weak, but still. It's quick attack. I'm a steel type, legendary. Level 48, now level 49. You'd think that I would do a little bit like better defending against that, right? You'd think. Anyway, So this entire gym went over very easily. So apparently the way to beat this gym is just to wait until you're like old, and then it just becomes easy. Because this is the first time I've gone through this gym without any difficulty. The gym hasn't been made easier. The puzzle is the exact same. I remember. Thing is, I don't know why I remember this time, because it's been a while since I've done this. Probably because it's been a while, to be honest. So you start with a Raichu. You're probably going to Volt Switch. You outspeed me. I mean, Volt Switch into something powerful, please. Like, your Electivire. You have an Electivire, right? Ambipom. You know what? That also kind of works. Bye-bye Ambipom. I'll tell you, the upside to getting Shining Pearl and getting Palkia is that Spatial Rent is not a recharge move, and Acrobatics is actually not a bad thing to have. That's a difficult choice. That's a really difficult choice to make, because we can get a flying type move, which is really good. But what is it good against? It's good against fighting types. But we've got a psychic type for that. It's good against grass types. There's already a fire type. It's good against bug types. Again, we've already got a fire type, which is this one. What else is flying strong against that's going to be relevant? And I need to take off my item to make it actually powerful. So I don't think it's worth more than close combat. I was very excited there for a moment, but if I think it through, I don't think it's worth it. Now, going into Octillery, don't bring your Octillery to an electric fight. That doesn't seem like a good idea at all. That seems like a really bad idea. Also, you can apparently still switch out on Knockout with a Roar of Time, like the recharge move. So, what I said before, entirely forget that, because apparently that's just not true. This will probably one-shot. No! Okay, you're a bulky motherfucker, aren't you? That's actually a pretty decent amount of damage. Spark, now Auxiliary is that, so that's 2 down, 2 to go, one of which is Electivire, I think, and the other one is the Raichu. So it really doesn't matter where you're going right now, because both of them... Well, Electivire is a bit more dangerous. If it's actually an Electivire, he might not have an Electivire in Diamond and Pearl. I am starting to realize. Just in case you do, I do want to keep a Roar of Time for that, so let's go into Ralph for the Raichu. We can close combat it, probably one-shot it with close combat, I imagine. And now Roar of Time the Electivire. Maybe we Power a Punch first? Let's just close combat. That should do a lot. Right? There we go. Raichu is down. My defense dropped, but that's not going to matter because we're about to switch out and win this fight in record time. But honestly, this is kind of... Okay, it's a Luxray in this game. We're still going to Roar of Time. But unlike the Gardenia fight where I just swept her, I actually have to like use something that looks like strategy, at least. Switching around Pokemon, deciding, okay, we're going to use this, and then we're going to not have the downside of it because of this, so it feels a lot more involved than the Gardenia fight, even though this is just as easy. So maybe the Gardenia fight being that easy early on is only very problematic because it's early on and you don't have very like interesting moves yet, whereas things later on in the game being relatively easy it is just more interesting because you have more strategizing opportunities, and maybe things become easier later on in the game because you have those strategies available to you. I realize now. If you didn't have that, this will probably be a very difficult fight. And that is a last gym badge. It's the Beacon badge. Faulkner! I always think it's Faulkner, but then I'm like, no, that's the second generation flying type gym leader, but that's... That's Faulkner. Not Volkner, but Faulkner. It's really similar names. Also, not very, like, different in design. Obviously, they're definitely different characters, but they're decently close in the way they're designed, so I feel at least somewhat justified in saying that they're pretty much the same character. Now, let's be moving on to, and eventually through, Victory Road.